Hi, this is Sharifa with the New Weary Journals. I want to drop in for a quick um, before I share with you guys my planner planning setup for 2025, September 2025. I want to just let you know that the footage, I went over the footage, and I think half of this journal or most of it or a little bit at the bottom is missing. So I just want to give you opportunity to see a thorough flip through or a good look at my journal. This was the first one, but this was the second one. I showed you guys my business slash work planner, and I will let you guys see that too. This is my catch-all. It's an 18-month. I've had it since last summer. So in December, it will be the last month. And then I will have to find another catch-all. But this is my setup page. This is my calendar. And this is my first week setup for September. I didn't write anything in here as of yet. And I really don't use the planning part on a day-to-day basis. I have weekly and I have a daily and I have other tools. But sometimes when there's something important that comes up, for repetition's sake, I will put it in here. It's like right here. I put down move-in date, helping my niece move. I put down that my son's birthday. I put down that I'm having a yard sale. So those are the things that will pop out to me to put in this planner. And so I just wanted to share this setup with you guys, just in case you didn't get a whiff of it. I do apologize. So you will see that in the video as I start chatting. And I never realized until I go back and look at the video before I post it. And I want you guys to see my business slash work planner. I haven't put anything in it yet for September, but I want to give you guys a view, just a bird's eye view of how I use this bullet journal. Sometimes this is a B5 bullet journal, and I want to make some corrections even before I get to it, because I don't even know if I will correct it. But on my page, I did highlight some sections on here. And so the sections were for reset planning. Now my reset and my planning videos, I want to post them on Sunday. If I don't make it to Sunday, I will try to at least get it by Tuesday or Monday, depending on what's going on. But the goal is Sunday to post. Um, and then on Wednesday to have a bookish content video posted or a wellness chat. I am focusing on doing shorter videos in terms of my wellness and my bookish. I want to try to kind of wrap it up with my planning and not go over an hour. But if you guys like the long chats, let me know, because I can always chat. And then I have my layout, and this is for the month. Um, the social websites that I use, and the different places I have to focus on posting. And that's basically it for the work planner. And I do use the Ivy League method in here, which I think I will talk more about in my A5. But yeah, so I wanted to just, go over this right quick. And I do apologize, sometimes by these planners being so big, the camera may catch it, sometimes it won't, but I am still working on perfecting. And I think my initial goal is just to post and share with you all, everything else later. So if you have any questions about any one of these planning setups, feel free to drop something in the chat and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So for now, let's get back to the video. I wanted to share with you the entire video in its entirety. So yeah, let's get back to that. welcome to Nubian Journals. Here on Nubian Journals, we talk about planning, creative journaling, and just all things creative. I haven't found a slogan for that, but when I do, I will definitely be using it. But welcome or welcome back. This is part of the Nubian Review channel, which is my bookish channel. And for a while, for quite a while, I've been doing planning and bullet journal videos on that channel too. So if you're interested, go to the primary channel, which is the Nubian Review, and go check out some of my videos. But I decided to dedicate this channel strictly for planning, journaling, and creative journaling because that is a area or niche into itself. And while bookish content is, one of my favorite videos, planning is also one of my favorite productivity tools I like to use in life. So today I'm going to, just kind of set up some of my planners with you. To be honest with you, a lot of the work has been done, but I decided, hey, since I am turning on this camera and doing a video, I might as well share this with you all. This is my catch-all planner, and this is my what I call my business and work related planner. And so let me see where I'm at. I did set up my calendar for this coming month, September, and I was working in it. So I might as well just take you guys along. So this is my work business planner. Usually I would introduce you guys to my catch-all planner, but I really need to set this up for the coming month. And I am using just a regular pencil eraser. I do have regular, these right here. My white gummy erasers that I also like. Forgive me if I'm shaking the camera. I'm trying to erase the lines. I use this as my overview calendar for videos and content that I would like to post that will be a little bit more, how can I say, a little bit more detailed than just me jumping on saying hi. So I want to go ahead and kind of set this up just a little bit. This calendar right here, I really don't care, for decorations or stickers and stuff like that, because once again, like I said, I'm just, adding in content. And I do like some creativity, but really, this is not the planner where I'm planning it. I'm putting stickers in it. I'm sorry. I know I've seen a lot of creators set up their actual, I guess, content planner. Yeah, I don't know. I guess either I'm just too lazy or I don't see the benefit for me to do that. So, and I don't think that's anything you guys would be interested watching me doing because I don't have a lot of stickers or anything. I will probably mostly be using paints. So this is my content calendar. And so there are certain dates where I do like to do certain things. So on Sundays, I do my reset. Also on Sundays, I want to start doing posting my planning for the week. So those are two things that I need to put down. Wednesday is always bookish content. Should I use a different color? Let me see. I don't know if it really matters because honestly, I really don't pay attention to the colors like that. Not for this anyway. So Wednesday is wellness content. Wednesday is also book content. So I'm gonna put book in a different color just for this month so I can be more cognizant of that. Okay. And I'll do bookish in, I guess, green. Green is my favorite color. Okay. So, and I'm also trying to find a way not to spend a lot of my time just posting. Um, and so let me see, because I have quite a few videos coming out. I would like to start doing some lives, but for Saturday, in order for me to keep my schedule consistent, these are just for posting. Now, anything else, like say for instance, um, if I jump on a live feed, mostly on my TikTok or my Instagram, honestly, I don't put posting right there because it's not as active as I want it to be, but it may be in the future. But for now, this is what I have. So let me just label it. So when I go back to it, I know what this is bookish. And this is wellness. This is Sunday reset. I'll just put reset. And this is also planning. And these are for different channels. So for different platforms. So this is for my Nubian Reads, this orange right here. This yellow is for my LinkedIn channel. If you're not on LinkedIn or not familiar with LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a professional website where you can go and network and meet people with like minds and build community over there as well. And of course, my bookish right here is would be green. So I guess these are my three colors for the month, or until I added another color. So right here, what I have is all the platforms that I use. Not as much as I would like to, but I have LinkedIn. I put them in order to how I will probably more likely use them. That's how I have that. So we have LinkedIn, YouTube, Blue Sky, TikTok, Substack, Insta, and Threads. And so I put right here the platform and what I need to do, caregiving article for the podcast and an actual article. And then these are the platforms that I have to post to for business and just social community content. So this is basically it. Like once I put my tab in here for the month to let me know where the calendar is at, I'm pretty much done with this. And then like once I do my weeklies, of course, I will put like the date right here and write down what I need to write down. But this is straight to the point, you guys. And it's been helpful because I don't have to mix up my information with my personal information. So we're going to get to planning though. I did most of my planning already. So I think what I'm going to walk you guys through is pretty much, let me see, September, pretty much the first weekly planning. So this is my September to do, important to buy, my to-do list right here, reminders and priorities. And that list always expands over the month. And I did a cute, funny, cheerful setup. Trying to use all the colors and all the things, just throwing it at it. And I found these little stickers from a book that I'm going to introduce to y'all probably at a later time. But you see this one right here. That's the whole book. That's the whole energy of the book, which is hilarious. So let's set up, I guess, this first week, and then we'll be done with our setup for September in this planner. And for that, I did grab my Squad Girls. I grabbed it because, for one, I really don't use this planner like that. I do use the Ivy League method. And if you want to know more about the Ivy League method, I guess I can post like a link to the Ivy League method being fully used. So, but I can talk you through it while I'm doing it. So I want to do it right now. Let me find a sticker. Because like I said, this is not the book. This is not the calendar that I normally will use all the time. And my goal this summer is to just use up the rest of these stickers, because sometimes, you can have something sitting around for so long. And I know at this point, we are still in our summer, I guess, getting these last summer days out. Let's just say that. I'm putting stickers on days where I know I got something to do. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me change that one. That one is for Labor Day. And I know this has a bikini, but on this day, I promised my niece that I would help her move some of her items. So I don't know why I want to be the second. I guess because Labor Day is a holiday, and it just don't seem right for me to be working and doing anything. So yeah, those are first world problems. So put a little something right there. And this is, it feels like it's the last week of summer, but summer is coming to a close, you guys. So I'm going to put down some stickers that would possibly bring me joy. That's all. Because really, technically, once Labor Day hit, and this is Labor Day, you guys, a lot of stuff is about to, hours are about to shift in a lot of businesses, from those summer hours to their new fall hours. And the kiddios are either back in school or they're on their way to school. It's a whole different vibe, y'all. So I guess this layout will go to those of us who are trying to just hold on to the last days of summer. And to show you that I am not offended by it, I am ready. I'm not ready for the weather to go. I'm just ready for the kids to get back in school. I'm ready for them to get on to the next week, the next phase of their life. I love these little stickers right here. I'm going to put this on weekend. Oh, special day coming up too. My son's birthday. So let me see if I can find a special sticker for him. Let's pray for good weather. I'm not going to put pink. Well, it's not like he's checking my planner, but I will put like, it is his birthday. It is on a Sunday. And he is one person who take his birthday as an official holiday. So it's weird. It's weird to have him. He will be born around Labor Day, where we are required to get our rest. So I have little beach mamas all around him. I'm quite sure if he ever get a hold of this, he will like it. I think for the most part, that would be it on the stickers. I'm trying to see if I don't find a birthday sticker for him, I think I'll be okay with that. That Saturday, I'm supposed to have a yard sale, and honestly, that may be one of many, because I don't know if it'll be yard sale, but I am trying to declutter as much as I can, you guys. It's about time. It is about time. I was going through some of my stuff, and I had to question my own sanity. Like, why are you still holding on to this when you don't need it? Because I can throw a lot of stickers in this book, but I do need a today sticker. Or I'll probably just put something really cool down, like happy birthday, or it's his birthday. I think my to-do stickers are gone. So, let me put this right here. I'll put this right here, and I'll probably just, do like a little birthday, happy birthday around it. And because I don't have a lot of things planned, I don't need that for a yard sale sign. And because I don't have a lot of things planned, I think that'll be perfect. I don't get into the logistics of making sure that that is laying right. So, because I really don't care. So, let me kind of rip that because I don't want to lift that sticker back up. And then lay this down. And then I will just put his birthday, happy birthday, his name, and his age. And I think that'll be that. And then I don't think there's anything big coming up like this. I guess this is a big date right here too. So I am going to move this today sticker on this 4th to his birthday because I can always write an appointment. So yeah, I'll do it like that. That'll be better. That'll be the only time you guys will see me actually rip the stickers up. It will be this. And I think for that part, this is the most I need to do. Move in date. Yeah, I think I had to be there at 9 a.m. for her move-in date. And then I'm going to put his name down. Okay. I think for now that is it. I will put that down on another. But the Ivy League method is you mark down 6 things that you are working on, and then you put them in order to how they need to be done. Like I said, I normally don't use this planner to do that. I normally put that in my daily. And then my weekly, it's a vertical B5 planner. What I normally do is put down things that are happening that day. Like I can put down appointments for the week, but I normally go based on that day. And this day is yard sale day. This whole month, the month of September is going to be a yard sale month, only because I am determined to get rid of everything. So I'm either going to be selling or giving a lot of stuff away or taking items to various thrift stores. But either way it go, you guys, I am so finished with that phase of my life. The things that I've been holding on, just need to let them go. So this is my setup for the week. And so I can move on to my next planner, you guys. I don't know what it is about filling in these little circles, but it means a lot to me. So yeah, so this is basically a weekly setup. In this planner, I do look back at my to-do list and look at things that I need to do. Like right here, to do deep clean bathroom. I mean scrubbing the tiles, you guys, when I say that. And finish cleaning my basement. And that's an automatic. So that's nothing that I need to look back and do. I would just I would schedule it for a day where I can go and have a block of time to do that. Take coats to the cleaners. Yeah, I like to take my coats to the cleaners. Preferably, I like to do it in July, but you know, when you're dealing with other people and their time schedule, I try to wait for everybody. And just little stuff that I need to get done. So that's it. That is my catch-all planner. Anything else I need to do, I will check on it as I go. Like I said, this planner stays in the house. So let me close this one, and then we can start on the next one. Okay. Let me go get my B5, you guys, and I will be right back. So let's get back to the planning. Right now, what you see is two journals. Well, a journal and a planner. This is my just a everyday manifestation journal when I get a chance to write in it. And this is my Sterling Ink planner. I always have these two together for some reason because when I'm planning, I would just like to get to it. So we are in November. Normally, I would set up, let me see how my calendar is looking. Yeah, my calendar is looking sparse, you guys. Normally, I like to set this up off screen because it does require me to put a lot of stuff on this calendar. But I guess we can start it and then I will just finish it off screen, off camera. So this is my monthly. I have had my monthly to where I have created a pretty good formula for myself. And so in creating that formula, it took me a while though. I will honestly say that this was nothing that I started off with. I actually started doing this, I want to say in July. And this was tracking everything with marks right here on my calendar. Because once I set my calendar up, it was very rare that I will go back to my calendar. But overall, and this is how you know when you're utilizing your planners, you know, to the fullest extent. I am just one of those type of people. I don't want to give up on, especially expensive items that I've bought. Um, Sterling ink. I mean, I'm in line to get another one. Let's just say that. I love the layout. It has been very helpful to me. I always get the full year. The full year. I want to say they have a full year compact, and then they just have a regular. I want to say full year. So the full year compact, it has less journaling pages in the back, and that's the difference. But everything else is the same. So I have the full year vertical, and I think as there's 368 pages in the back. So there's a page for every day, and even a few more extra pages, to break up that space. Like say for instance, if you want one for journaling, then you want one for trackers. Like you can break it up into three different areas. So what I realized, what has helped me is honestly putting my trackers on the calendar, which will remind me to go back and make sure that I'm doing the thing that I need to do. Now, with these trackers right here, I normally color code them. So I won't take you guys along for that, but I just thought I would give you like a brief introduction of how I am using my planners right now. So let me give you a quick um the three things that I am tracking, which I always say I'm not going to do it, but I go ahead and do it anyway because I just want you guys to get an idea of what I'm talking about. So there are three colors. So let's look at I didn't color code it last month. Look at the three colors. We got nutrition, which is the orange, which is what I need. We got the blue for journaling, and then we got the green for exercising. Yeah, I have it right here. Now there are two greens. There's a light green and then there's a dark green. I'm going to do the light green and then I'm going to do the dark green on Sunday, because Sunday is what I call my reset day. And on that day, I just go look at all the trouble that I am in, what I've neglected to do, what I need to do, what I'm going to try to do better. And in some cases, it's just not going to work. So that's nutrition. Now with my nutrition, a simple goal is to try to eat a breakfast meal when I get up. That is my hardest time. I love breakfast food, but I am not a morning eater. I'm not going to force myself to be a morning eater. but it is also important to, to nurture our bodies properly. So I find myself, how can I say, engaging in not unhealthy, but I will sit and drink a cup of coffee and do everything else, couple of cup of coffees and do everything else before I do that. So yeah, so I write down the thing that I need to do. So right here where it says up exercise, I may put upper body. And then right here where it says nutrition, I will write down what I had for breakfast. Right here where they hit about journaling, I would probably write the journal because I have several journals. But the goal is to write something every day. And then right here is my check-in on my finances, check my account balances, what bills are coming up for the previous or the next week. So yeah, that's what these check marks and these checks are for. Sometimes I color them in, sometimes I don't. Hopefully this month I will get to it. So also what I do for this page is my bottom bar, this bar right here where I just kind of cross this off and put down three the monthly goals that I am currently working on, my lifetime goals, and that can be anything. So then I put the categories down, and once again I have a sticker wall on my categories. I don't need to pull this out all the time. But you know what? While we're here, let me. I will set this up off camera, and then I will come back to you guys and just give you guys a flip through. I do want to get to week 1 because, like I said, week 1 is going to be a most interesting week, I would say. But nevertheless, it will be. I start writing down. This is my son's birthday on the 7th. On the 1st, as I said previously, I committed myself to helping my niece move that day. So I don't want to forget that. I normally put my affirmations at the top. Then right here, I will put moving. I'm not going to put her name down for the sake of social media. I like to, maintain everybody's. I'm just going to put moving day. And then maybe in a journal entry, I will write her name, which, I don't share my journal entries online. And then what I also love to do is to start a week off with a to-do list. The good thing about a to-do list, you guys, even if you don't get to everything, once you write it down, you know that it's something that needs to be done, right? So whether you get to it that day, that week, just acknowledging it, that it has to be done, you're halfway there. And then once you start putting it in motion, it may be something that takes, more than one try of, getting that assignment done. But to-do lists are like perfection. And so what I always do, I always set up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in most cases. And by Wednesday, I probably need to update my to-do list or just, write things that or take things that I don't need. And at the bottom, I started writing about my day, like something simple that happened on this day. This day is Labor Day, so I don't know if much is going to be happening. So for me anyway. And so I will repeat. Now, this box at the top, I always write how I feel when I get up, affirmations, whatever I got going on that day. Uh, and it doesn't matter. Like it can be, a lot of times I like to put it in this time slot, and this is close to the time slot. So that works for me. But that block is already taken in my to-do list. Anything else that I may have to get done that day. Then I just like summarize my day, maybe with a few words, maybe with a picture. Sometimes I do a picture, you guys. Sometimes I just don't feel like, writing everything in one place. But I can always look back on this, and I can tell you what type of mood I was in based on what I wrote and how I wrote. Um, so yeah, so let's do this right here, and then we're gonna move on to my daily planner, in which I think I've already started setting that up really well. I started on that one pretty early this time because September is that month where everything is changing and routines are changing, and I just wanted to prepare myself for whatever it is to just have that my calendars set up. So you will never hear me complain that I was caught off guard, because if you've been doing this, like if you are a planner in a traditional sense, and what I mean by a traditional sense is that if you're one of those people who's always taking out your planners, and executing and looking what you see, what you have available, whether you're doing it digitally or like in paper sense, how your how planning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is Sunday. You know how integral planning is. Y'all, this is so funny. This is my water intake, and now I'll do the rest of them on. I'll show you the flip through instead of just taking you all along with me. I always put water in blue, but I have right here zero cups of water, because there has been days where after just brushing my teeth, I don't have a lick of water in my system. So I need to change that. So yeah, unfortunately, I need to keep that zero there. It doesn't make me proud, you guys. It doesn't make me proud, but I am so honest with myself. Sometimes I look at my water intake and this is shameful. This is shameful. You should want to do better. So for this week, I do have these special stickers. And actually, I held off on this because it was my son's birthday. And so, yeah, that right there kind of reminds me of him. Um, Sometimes I put these in my affirmation circles. So we're gonna start the month off with that. Okay. We're gonna say you are the sun. Mm, we're gonna put it right here on Tuesday. Because normally on Tuesday, I'm working off that to-do list, whatever I have. This is why I don't do long, like planning, like sticking down stickers for everything. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. This is my affirmation box. Affirmations are key for me. They play definitely an integral part. Mm-hmm. How I'm determining my mindset, you guys. Okay. And then I will do the box for Wednesdays. And then I'll probably designate some boxes for the rest of the week. But this is my water. This is my readings. I just put down reads. I used to put down books. I put down reads because I don't read just books. I read magazines, newspapers, stuff like that. Um, and then watch. I love listening to a lot of podcasts. So if you have a podcast that you think that I'll be interested in, just link it below. Um, yeah. Hi, beautiful family. I am back. I am back. I am back. Um, I have taken some time off camera and just to finish setting up my videos. And I may say, you know, I have much appreciation for people who actually do this for an actual living, because just trying to find the silence and the peace to record is it's a job on its own. So we're not going to get into that. Let's get into these planners, you guys. Let's get into these planners. So the last time we spoke, I was sharing with you guys my B5 Sterling ink planner. And then I wanted to bridge over my A4. So to save time, I'm just going to do a flip through on both of them. And then, we'll chat about how I use both of them. Okay. So, and I actually put some sticky notes so we can just go to the pages. So I finished my calendar. And my calendar, this is for September. As you can see, I have like my habits that I'm trying to keep up with, and they're color coded based on the goals. Now, as you can see down here, I don't have a goal for everything, and that is okay. And then my finance goal, I really need to sit down and kind of brainstorm what I want to focus on in terms of my finances. This is real time. I am filling this out because I cannot find, for the life of me, find my yellow marker. So I know it's somewhere. I don't want to buy another one. So I think it'll come up sooner or later. I'm going to start planning 2 trips for 2026. Birthdays are coming up, a road trip for the weekend, and, inspiration, let's travel. So yeah, that's just my calendar, you guys. I'm gonna put this right back here because I do need to come back and get some things done on this page right here. But this is a basic setup. So let's get to my weekly. This is so funny. I am having a yard sale coming up, you guys. So I do have this here. This is a basic weekly setup, and normally I don't set up the entire week, but I kind of figured since I was listening to a podcast and I was recording at the same, I was, filling out my planner. I decided, hey, why not just go ahead and finish the week? So this is a breakdown of how I use it. Pretty much when I wake up, I just put down a comment how I feel, like how was my sleep, an affirmation so I can affirm a positive message for the day. And then if I have anything in particular, like on Saturday, it's my son's birthday, we possibly be going out for dinner. And so I'm just going to put it's his birthday and a little blurb about him. And if we go out to dinner, that would be in my day. So that's how that will go. What else? I don't think I have anything really big. Like I have some things that I need to do, but I will put them in their consecutive slots once the camera is off. But for the sake of the yard sale and to be, you know, I'm just going to put make me an offer. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. I think that'll be cute, you guys. So I do plan on like whew, getting rid of a lot of stuff, you guys. A lot of stuff, a lot of years. Um, and it's time for it. So yeah, this is a basic setup. And that's basically all I have for my weeklies. I was actually in the process of setting up for the rest of the week. Let me see what I have. I may not have. Okay, wait. Wait. I have some months, some weeks, some days I need to go back and fill in. So basic setup. I was flipping through my pages. I realized that I messed the date up, so I corrected that. And then I started on the other days. So I like to go like to Sunday and then go back to Monday to make sure I'm not missing any pages or any dates. That's how I caught the other date. So yeah, I have some journaling to do, you guys, and this is September the 1st. And yeah, I'm kind of ready for September, but I do have some journaling that I need to catch up in the sense of updating my daily stoic readings and stuff like that, and just writing little notes back here on that. So this is my B5. So let's get to this A4, you guys, because this is the one I think is a rarity on the planning channels. So let's see what I can bring, um, you know, discovery in terms of using an A4. Um, an A4 is just a regular letter size paper. That is the size I prefer because I can get more on the page. And this is my September setup. It's very basic, very basic. What I did different from this month than last month is that I actually have a cover page. And then this is my calendars, right? This is the month. This is the scheduling part. And these are just things I need to get done that month. So drawn to my attention. I have 7 boxes right here to do Kwanzaa affirmations. Kwanzaa is an African American spiritual holiday that is reserved for 7 days, the last week of December to the first day of January. So I'm always thinking of affirmations in each category, and I'll go over that with you guys someday. I started on this, you guys, but I really want to get this video out to y'all. I'm trying to get it out to y'all by September, but if not, I would definitely have it posted within the first weekish. Weekish. So this is my outro page for August. It's been one. Oh, big, beautiful August. I forget. Beautiful. I'll put that in there later. So right about that. And then stepping into September, I used my color pencils, which was very therapeutic for me, and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna get back to that and finish that. I put this right here because I was going to color this with it, but then I said to myself, I need to just go ahead and get this video out. So let me go ahead and do these flip throughs. And so this is my meals. I only track breakfast and dinner. And I only track breakfast and dinners because a lot of times I don't eat until it's almost afternoon anyway, unless I'm out having breakfast, with friends and family. I normally do not eat breakfast. And so I want to get back into the habit of eating before noon. Yeah. And any new recipes I try for breakfast or dinner, I want to just put it down here. My daily journaling prompts. These are extra prompts I may get from other people. This is my movement tracker. And I did not put a color range on here, so I'll probably do that off camera. Of course I will. Let me let you know what these initials stands for. My movement tracker. Movement tracker. This P is for Pilates. Y is for yoga. F is for full body workout. U is for upper body. L is for lower body. And then on the days I put down which one I did. Newsworthy. I love to have this. And the thing about newsworthy stuff, like if you watch the news or if you read, like you're reading the newspapers or anything, it could be local, international, national, statewide. I like to, document that and, you know, write about it or do some memory keeping. This is the layout that I put back in. I had this in my last year planner, and I don't know why I stopped this year because this was very helpful. So this is my wellness check-in. So every Sunday I will check in and I will write how I felt I did in each category. And it kind of reminds me like, okay, you did not hit all the goals that you wanted. However, this is what you can do differently. And I'll just write, and I'll just put it down, a couple of sentences. Very helpful, very encouraging. My line a day. I love my line a day. My line a days are really good for when I don't journal, and I can go back to my line a day and figure out, what happened and just, write something down. My wins and my lessons, 3 boxes in each week. So if I have all wins, that's great. But if I don't have all wins and I learn something, from my failures or my mishaps, I'm also going to write down what was the lesson learned. My mood tracker. This is something that I am reestablishing in my bullet journal because I actually enjoyed doing my mood tracker and tracking my mood. And a lot of time that can be traced with rest, with your food, with environment. It can be a lot of things. So yeah, help me, allow me to get back in control of having that. Now, what I was going to do was I was going to use this as a range, but it doesn't have any blue. So what I did was I put the 4 cloves down here, and I'm going to write the range down, like the colors and the moves. And so I would definitely show you guys this before I do my October setup, which would be, you know, very interesting to see. My productivity tracker, and I do have the categories for each day. So each day I will range myself from 0 to 10. 0 being not productive. The second one being okay, but did not do much. The next one, which is the 5 to 6, it is had a good day. The next one, which is the 7 to 8, is very good day. And 9 to 10, just an exceptional day. And so I will be putting down the different categories in my life. And I actually do have 2 bonus categories. And I should say one is for community and one is for family. So I got 2 for family. Yeah, one, my internal family, which is me and my sons, and then the rest of my family, you know, which is my siblings and my parents, my mom for the most part. Yeah, so that's what we have. So what I would like to do right now is just do a quick show you the Ivy Lee method, which I think I've mentioned in the earlier part of this video. The Ivy Lee method um, was created by a man named Ivy Lee. And so he um, shared this method with Charles Schwab, a financier, on how to make his staff more productive. And he said, well, if this method works, he said that, I will. He said, well, if the method works, Charles Schwab, he said, name your price and I'll give it to you. And so Ivy Lee, he said, okay. So what you do is you tell your workers, your staff, to write down things that need to be done. So there's 6 things that need to be done in one day. You make your list, you put it in the category or in the order that it needs to be done. So most important, next, 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 next. So you work down on that list. By the end of your day, whatever's not on that list. So say for instance, you get to 4 things out of the 6. Those 2 things at the bottom, they make it to the top of your list for the next day. So just understanding that method and seeing how helpful that can be, I say, you know what? I need to incorporate that in my day. I know sometimes we have a set standard where, okay, when I get up, the first thing I'll do is I will check emails, and that's part of the day too. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes when we're doing the same thing, like repetition, it's helpful. But then if there's bigger things that need to be addressed before we get to those other things, we tend to, or we may, it can be neglected if we're not mindful of that. So by this being a Labor Day, I don't think I would get much planning, like things done. Like I will probably write stuff about, organizing for my garage sale and all that other beautiful stuff. But I would definitely track it and let you guys know how my productivity tracker is working, how effective it is, and then we'll go from there. But then other than that, you guys, I think this is it for this video. I have talked my head off. And although I do have some coloring I need to fill in, for the most part, the planning is done. So let me know what part of the video was your favorite. Do you like the catch-all planner where you just put everything in there and be done with it? Was it the calming planner where you can just track your week and your month? You saw how I set those trackers up on the calendar. Or do you just incorporate a little bit of everything and put it in a daily planner? And with that said, thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you come back soon. Until then, Bye bye, beautiful people.